Hi guys, welcome back to Not For Nothing Homestead. I'm Ginger. Thank you for stopping in this morning. Hopefully you brought your coffee with you. It is a must around here. If you're going to walk around this homestead, you better have a cup of coffee in your hand. So if you're new here, I'm Ginger. Thank you for stopping in this morning. We greatly appreciate it. Hopefully you will enjoy the content that you find on our channel and consider subscribing. Also, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up on your way out the door or in the door, whichever way. It doesn't matter. Just hit that thumbs up. Okay, so excited, guys. We're all so super excited to get our gardens planted, our gardens planned, to get our hands back in the dirt. Spring is so invigorating after you've been cooped up and bottled up in all these clothes and cooped up in the house. It's just so nice and so invigorating to get out in the sun and just kind of rejuvenate yourself. So a lot of people are planning their gardens. A lot of people are already starting plant starts. I have not done plant starts yet. I am in the planning stage. I'm one of those. So I've already done, looked up my last frost date. I've backed it up enough weeks. Some things are 8, some are 10 weeks before your last frost date. Some are 8, some are 6, so you got to do your research. I mean, it takes a lot of planning and a lot of effort to get plant starts to where they need to be by the time you want to put them out. I do want to make sure, okay, on our homestead, this is super important. We have so many people's needs that we're trying to fill. We're trying to fill our pantry, but, we want to get the favorites like the yellow squashes and the zucchinis. We want to get, the tomatoes for tomato sauce. We want to get the cucumbers for pickling. But there's one very, very important person on the homestead that you cannot forget about. And they play such a vital role in our homesteads. So while you're planning, or if you're already doing your plant starts, I want to make sure that I grab these people before you round out all your plans so that you can add these things or things for them into your garden. All right, so let's get down here and get into this. So who is it that we do not want to forget on our homestead that is so important? These ladies. Yes. She's going to sit right here and help me plan this garden for her herb nesting box mix. So last year I discovered herb nesting box mix. It is a mix of herbs, flowers. I'm going to preface this by saying do your own research. I have done mine. But there are a lot of things on your homestead that you grow for yourself as far as herbs that are very good for your chickens. Dehydrate them, mix them all up together, and then put it in their nesting boxes. And it gives them something nice to peck at, and a lot of these herbs are very good for them, and flowers too. But again, like I said, do your own research because I did find some flowers that are poisonous. I think lilies is the first thing that comes to mind that has some sort of toxin in the flower, and you do not want to give that to your chickens, okay? So we went to Pinecone Fest last year. We had a lot of fun, and right before Pinecone Fest is when I discovered herb nesting box mix. So I made a bunch of these little packets up, and hopefully you can see inside there, there are some purple. That's going to be the dahlias. There's some orange, and that's the marigolds. Lots of green, and that is a mix of several different herbs and things that I had planted. I have 2 lemon balm plants, a thyme plant, and an Italian oregano plant that are very well established, and even though they've been hit by the frost, I think they're going to come back. So I'm going to count on those. My dahlias have come back every year, bigger and better than ever. And so I'm definitely going to keep those in mind too. So I use this little old sugar container. Nothing fancy here, okay? I'm just reusing what I have. This is a reuse, repurpose, recycle thing. And I'm recycling it into my chicken garden. So, I know that everything I put in here is going to go to the chicken garden. So, first off, I'm going to plant feverfew. Now, feverfew is good for chickens. It is good for their overall health. And they do like it. It has little flowers on it that are kind of like daisies. Let's see. Haven't had much luck with this, but I'm going to try it again. I'm going to try some chamomile. They do, and I say I've tried like 3 years in a row and not done very well with chamomile. But I am going to give it another try. Maybe with their blessing, I'll have better luck this time. Let's see. Some Italian leaf parsley. I'm going to put some of that in there. Some broadleaf sage. I do have a huge sage plant that is well established as well. And that one has done good for me for about the last 2 to 3 years. But I'm going to do a couple little starts just in case. I am going to do thyme, as we said. I have a good thyme plant, but I want to make sure and do some extra starts just in case that one doesn't come back. Basil. Purple basil. Oh my gosh, it makes a fantastic tea. They call it red Reuben basil. It makes a fantastic tea for you and for me. But the chickens, especially when it starts to go to flower, oh my gosh, you're going to pick those flowers off anyways and discard them. So save those. They absolutely love those. Rosemary. Rosemary is really good. And the research that I've done, we'll go over that in a minute. But rosemary takes almost 28 days, 14 to 28 days to just germinate and sprout. So that is why I feel really confident about going ahead and planting this garden and maybe starting this one very first in the little plant start boxes. Cracker Jack marigolds. I've had excellent luck with these. They're what put the orange in this package, and it's so lovely. And I don't know the chickens see in color, but it's pretty to look at. They do like when you dehydrate the flower buds, if you leave them like partially intact, maybe just pull them apart in half, and they love to peck at that. They absolutely love it. Another thing is nasturtiums. I'm going to plant some of these and get those going for them. And purslane. Purslane is another one of those things that is, it's an awesome ground cover. You can eat it as a salad green, but it also, the chickens, it's very good for them. It is shown to improve egg production. So, other two things that I am going to plant, I'm going to plant some cilantro early, and I'm going to plant some dill early. These two things are a little potent, I guess I would say, in their odor and how they smell. So, I'm not sure that I'm going to put it in with the nesting box mix, because all of these are, you know, very pleasantly aromatic, I guess I would say, and visually appealing. Again, I don't know if chickens see in color, but I'm trying to keep them happy, what I think is going to make them happy. So I've done my research on all of these. Do your own research. Put together what you think is going to be good for them. But if you plant some of these plants and you have extras, like they're going in your garden, if you have extras, don't throw them away or give them away. Put them to the side in a separate section and make yourself a chicken garden. And that way you can make your own herb nesting box mix, because this stuff is not cheap if you buy it online. And why not? If you can grow it at your own homestead, why not do it? You can dehydrate all of this stuff just like you dehydrate any of the herbs for yourself. You can either let them dry out naturally, but I find that when I put them in the dehydrator, especially like the marigolds and the dahlia flowers, they came out looking exactly the same. They weren't all brown and dried and shriveled up or anything. They were still vibrant in color and very pretty. So, and the herb nesting box mix, I only put, you don't need much. I just put a little bit in the box, in each box, something, it gives them something pleasant to peck at. I usually do it when I clean out their nesting boxes, fluff it up with some fresh hay or straw, and then I'll sprinkle a little bit of this around in the box. It gives them something pleasant to smell, to peck at, good for them to eat while they're sitting there giving you more of their lovely eggs, right? And I didn't want you guys to forget about your chickens either, and wait till it was too late to plant these. All right, guys, that's it. Again, make sure you do your own research about which plants to plant that you can give your chickens. I'm going to go finish the chicken garden because my supervisor here is eyeballing me saying, you want to get on that, lady? We don't have all day. We got other things to do. You need to plan this garden out for us. So anyway, all right, guys, take care of you and yours. God bless, and we'll see you in our next video.